Well, if you have not heard, Washington State, now the 10th state to ban new sales of assault weapons, as some people call them, which includes the AR-15, the most popular rifle in America today. Yeah, the rifle incredibly popular among gun owners for hunting, sports, self-defense, and it seems that recent Supreme Court rulings would agree that the new gun ban is unconstitutional in the state of Washington. The Second Amendment Foundation has filed a lawsuit over the ban, a ban which Young Voices contributor Benjamin Ayanian has argued won't make the lives of Washington residents any better or any safer. He joins me now. Benjamin, good to see you.
Thank you for having me on.
So tell me what you think about that. I mean, my guess is the same as what you're guessing. That is, it won't hold up in court, but you have to get to court and then wind your way through court because you have to have somebody that gets arrested or something has to happen in the state of Washington for them to have somebody to have, as they say, standing to go to court in the first place. So it will be a process, right?
There will absolutely be a process. There have been lawsuits filed already against this new law. And in the meantime, while it is implemented, Washingtonians will not be any safer or any better off than they were before. Their Second Amendment rights are being violated by this law, which, again, once this law gets litigated in court, I think judges will agree with that view. And we have plenty of data and studies on assault weapons bans and the effect that they have on mass shootings, on gun violence more generally. And the data simply does not lend itself to believing that these types of laws affect the safety of citizens in any positive way.
No, and gun laws we have two things happening in this country. Benjamin, as you know, some states, I think we have 26 or 27 now, that are constitutional carry states. Some states becoming much more flexible, liberal, if you will, on the use of guns, firearms for self-protection. Open carry, concealed carry, constitutional carry. And then you've got states like Washington going the other way hard, restricting guns, putting in red flag laws. Same in Michigan, same in Minnesota. We're seeing this happen in the dark blue states, basically banning firearms. But when you look at Minnesota or Michigan or Seattle, Washington, these are not safe places, are they?
No, they're certainly not safe places. And something that I think gun control advocates need to realize is that, putting these restrictions on firearms really restrict law-abiding citizens. They make it harder for law-abiding citizens to obtain firearms, to defend themselves and their communities. But we think about, other goods or services. We think about things like alcohol during Prohibition or marijuana today. Strict laws trying to eradicate certain goods from our society. All they do is push them underground, and criminals are still able to get their hands on these goods. And so at the end of the day, we're not making the average American safer. In fact, we're actually making them less safe by inhibiting their ability to defend themselves with certain laws like these. And that's why you don't see states that have strict laws actually look safer than states that do not.
It's interesting, some of these state laws, Michigan is going down this road as well, which is, if you came to me and you and I were friends and you needed to borrow a gun to go hunting or to protect yourself, whatever it might be, that would make us both felons because I had loaned you a gun that wasn't properly registered and recorded with the local sheriff or police department or whatever the case may be. Those sorts of laws also going into effect. Let's be clear, Benjamin. The only real goal of the Brady campaign or the Million Moms or whatever they call themselves is to completely disarm all private citizens. That's it. They can say that it's all, we're not going to, worry about hunters. But, when they're coming home from Lexington and Concord back in 1775, they weren't coming home from deer camp, were they? So the fact of the matter is they're just trying to take all the guns away, aren't they?
Well, it does certainly feel like, especially on the progressive left, that the ultimate goal is to get rid of firearms in this country. I will say there are probably moms out there that are legitimately concerned with gun violence and think that these sorts of actions will make a difference. I think that is certainly not true, like that these laws would not make a difference. But I'm sure there's some who genuinely believe it. But on the progressive left, the ultimate goal does seem to be to disarm Americans. And that would be incredibly dangerous for the protection of not only, private property and of life, but of our liberty as a whole. I mean, it takes just a day flipping through a history book to see that disarming a populace is one of the most effective ways to oppress them. And that action has been carried out time and time again throughout history. And we obviously need to stand up against any attempts to do that.
I commend you for being an optimist that people would take enough time away from TikTok and Instagram to actually read something about history that might impact their lives in the future. I mean, you're an optimist. I appreciate that. It's not going to happen, TikTok's pretty captivating. The Chinese need to get their data points, and they're going to get them. I'll give you the last word.
Oh, yeah, I think that a big issue is that Americans don't have the information in front of them that would show them that these laws don't work, that they actually make us all less safe at the end of the day. I would say I am a little optimistic that if we are able to preach that message and get it out to more individuals, especially people my age in their 20s, I do think that more people would come to realize that restricting firearm access is actually a dangerous thing.
Yeah. Benjamin, thank you for being here. On the ball, very sharp. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
Greatly appreciated. All right, after the break, it looks like California Governor Gavin Newsom not too happy with the Target boycott. Maybe he can get a tuckable swimsuit. We'll talk about it straight ahead on AVL.